So that will be helpful. Okay, cool. Okay, so I will show you one project which is in WebDriver IO and Cucumber. I think other project which I'll show you is Java and Selenium. So I will actually show you a couple of projects, and then finally I will compare the differences between Java and JavaScript. Okay, which is kind of a warming up. Then I will go into the JavaScript basics. Means exactly what you have to, how JavaScript works, and write a kind of hello world program, and then a little bit of practice about how to compile and how to run a node.js file, and then also a bit of programming I will explain you. Okay, so I will go through JavaScript language basics. Okay, basics. Okay, and then what I would expect is there is a kind of a links that we normally follow. There is some kind of links. So I would expect that you do some practice on JavaScript itself in this week. Okay, so in this week you have to, your homework is to, you need to practice the JavaScript itself, right? Like write small programs. Okay, so ideally today's overview is to make sure that you guys get accustomed with JavaScript, how to compile it, how to run it, how to write the code, how to print something, and then also how to, you know, use this loops and functions, a bit of that. Okay, so a bit of that. Then from next class onwards, we will go a little bit heavy on you know, kind of Node.js, and then start having a project. And within that project, we can start using some. Initially, we'll start with Protractor and Jasmine. Okay, so I'll show you a project which you will start on the Protractor. Okay, which is next week, or maybe that is next week. Okay, but today will be more of JavaScript and Node.js. Okay, and Node.js you don't need to practice anything, but it is just like a platform. Okay, cool. Okay, so the overview of our course will be, I think you already know that. We go with JavaScript. So we will be teaching Protractor. I will be teaching Protractor, be teaching WebDriver IO. While doing Protractor, we will go with Jasmine. Okay, Jasmine and Jasmine assertions. Okay, and some Angular application. Okay, so we'll go to an Angular application, and then also we will then go to Protractor APIs and stuff. Okay, so that's where we will go to Protractor. We will do one. Initial sessions will be on Protractor and Jasmine. Okay, the next thing will be WebDriver IO. So again, from our WebDriver IO point of view, we will do Cucumber.js, and we use page object model. Okay, and we use continuous integration, and then Sauce Labs. Okay, and then, you know, kind of framework, building a framework. And what else? They have the few tools. So WebDriver point of view, there may be some reports, and maybe all your reports, and that kind of reporting that we can actually look into. Okay, so that will be your kind of course where you will get strong in two tools, Protractor and WebDriver IO. That are the most commonly used automation testing frameworks in the industry. Okay, so you will be very much strong in both Protractor and WebDriver IO. Okay, that is your overview. Okay, any questions on that? Anything that I'm missing, or anything that you think I'm missing here? Fine. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, so typically I know you are online, so I will give you kind of 1 minute time for you to go through and just come back. Okay, if you think, oh no, there is something else which may need, or something which is not required, please give a shout. Mocha and chai. Okay, mocha and chai is mocha and chai. I will give you an overview. Good point, but I will give an overview of that, because you know, on our so within Protractor also we can use mocha and chai. So mocha and chai Yes. So when I'm talking Jasmine, I will. This Jasmine is nothing but it's a mix of mocha and chai. Okay. So I will show you the sessions and all those things. But in a browser point of view, it is not required because we are using Jasmine. Jasmine is a overview. Okay. Yeah. Night watch. Night watch is again. I'm telling night watch is not really required. Night watch and WebDriver are same. But I will give you just some overview of night watch. Okay, maybe in one company is looking specifically on night watch. I'll give you some overview of it. Okay, but practically we don't need night watch. Okay, and anything else? Okay, yeah, maybe I think people are expecting me to guide so that you may not have any questions. But yes, I mean, just take my word. This is more than enough for you. Okay. Okay. Shall we start? So yeah, so I will go to the next topic, which is nothing but showing the project and kind of okay, so how the project will look like. Okay, so I am using PHP Storm, which is my own thing. Okay, so you guys can use IntelliJ also, and you can use WebStorm also. So ideally, I would expect that you have to install. Okay, so I'll write you some tasks for you. Okay, so tasks for you. Okay, so install IntelliJ community version, which is a free one. Okay, so install IntelliJ. IntelliJ supports JavaScript, so there's a couple of plugins which we need to install. Okay, so plugins you need to install, but right now because you are still under your WebStorm trial version, so it's not very urgent, but maybe next 1 or 2 classes I will tell you how to install plugins for IntelliJ and start writing your code in IntelliJ. But right now, hope you all have WebStorm in your local machines. Okay, both Windows and Mac. Okay, so yeah, Eclipse support, but I would not say go to Eclipse. Eclipse is very old tool. I mean, it's very hard to actually do a lot of things. So I would not expect you to do any. I mean, it's better not to go to Eclipse. It's not. It is very old and it is very hard to do anything. So just go to this IntelliJ tools. IntelliJ tools includes JetBrains tools include this WebStorm or IntelliJ. Okay, they're better ones. Okay, cool. So guys, you can see that this is what your ultimate goal will look like. So what happens is you can see that there is a framework which you were here. So typically I see if you don't understand that is absolutely fine. That this is a kind of project which you will end up with at the end of the course. You should be able to do at least this. You can do lot of stuff on top of that, but at least this is required. Okay, so I know you won't understand, but I'll give you a few components. Okay, so you got feature files here like this. You got page objects like this. Okay, you got few page objects. Okay, and you got step definitions, which you already know from Cucumber. You got few step definitions, and we got few utils. Okay, so example, you want to connect to Excel sheet, or you want to connect to database, or you want to do something basic, you can do. So there's few utils that you can use. However, on the top of that, you got a normal common utils like get value by key. The few utilities also we can use. So typically there'll be some utilities, okay, which you can use. On top of that, there should be some WebDriver utilities also. If you can find somewhere, you can. But normally you'll have some WebDriver utilities. Okay. Yes, sample page, something like this. Yeah, you got few utilities also. Okay, there are few MySQL utilities and there are few Oracle utilities. So this is, I mean, we won't build all this JDBC and stuff. Sorry if I'm confusing, but I'm just want to show you how your typical project will look like. Okay, you can see that there are few utilities over here within the page they had written. Okay, so but this is all page objects. So we use page objects and we use pages, base page. We use step definitions and we use feature files. So which is a typical Cucumber Java framework kind of stuff. Okay, but still additionally, I mean, I don't know you use utils or not, but utils are very much required for our day-to-day basis of calling few reusable functions, which is not specific to pages. Okay. Apart from that, I think you may have seen something new here. There's few config files, configuration files, which is very important. So this is what which is different, biggest difference from your Java and JavaScript. In JavaScript, in Java, the configuration have to done within the classes, like run class or browser factory or somewhere inside the code. You have to write some configuration. I mean, which browser, which reports, all these things that you have to put it in Cucumber options or somewhere. You need to put it miscellaneously throughout the framework. Okay, but here in JavaScript, as you can see that everything is kept into one single file called configuration file. That configuration file will take care of all the configurations required for us to run the test, like a browser name, source labs connection, Cucumber arguments, is mobile or it is not mobile. Okay, and where is our Selenium server? All these things are configurations. We have to, you can simply put everything at one place and run the tests. Which we will discuss later. Don't worry. Okay, so we got few configuration files, and we got few package.json file, which I will explain very soon. And we got few grunt files, grunt.js, the few other kind of a tools which we can add more stuff into our test. But for now, you don't need to worry about grunt and gulp. Okay, which are nothing but tasks runner. We don't need to worry about that for now. Okay, apart from that, yes, you have to look into the code, which is important. The codes will look like this. These are your methods. They are almost equal to Java methods only. Okay, but they look a little bit different. They write a little bit different, and you got few exports. So the few things that you need to understand. Okay, which I will discuss very soon. Okay, cool. Okay, so shall we start? So I'm not explaining this. This is your target. Okay, so let okay. So okay. I mean, I'm just giving an overview, guys. I'm not explaining this. At least you got something right to know like how it will look like in long-term basis. Okay, we got readme file also. This is very important. Okay, guys, I'll give 1 minute break so that you people at least see what I'm telling here. Okay, guys. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, now let me go to IntelliJ. Okay, so I'll just go open this IntelliJ, just show you the Java Selenium project. Okay, and then we will next go to comparing these tools, and then we'll go to JavaScript basics. Okay, so yeah, a typical framework. I'll take a typical framework, how it would look like, and then we will start from there. Okay. Okay, so you can see that a typical JavaScript framework also is exactly look like that. Okay, so you got feature files, you got examples, you got step definitions, which is this. You got few step definitions, which is again in Java, and you got page objects, which is somewhere here. Okay, and you have to have your helpers, whatever helpers. Okay, which got few code related to helpers. Okay, and then you got your form.xml. Okay, so saying that, you might have seen that a typical framework, a typical testing framework, what it should contain, it should contain your feature files by test cases. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so a typical framework will look like, so this file is shared in a live. Okay, so you can see what I'm writing in your local machine also. Okay, so a typical framework, okay, will have below. Okay, what is that you have? You will get its files, step definitions, and your page objects, and your utilities. Okay, and finally, what else you will have? You will have your dependency file. Okay, so this is your typical framework. This is a typical framework normally people will use. Okay, and coming to this, so now if you compare, okay, how it works is within Java and Java. I think I was giving that in the demo, but I'll tell it again. Okay, so okay, so that is the what called function Java and JavaScript. Which function we are talking about is all these things. Okay, typically in our in your Java example, you write your test cases. So where you can write your test cases in Java, typically you write in Cucumber or JUnit, isn't it? Either we use JUnit or Cucumber to write our test cases. Yes or no? Okay, somebody responded. Okay, let me check. Where is the chart? Chart. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Typically, test cases are written in either Cucumber or in JUnit in Java world. Okay. Here. So here, what we will use, as you said, we can use Cucumber. However, we can use your Mocha or Jasmine to write our test cases, which is nothing but your test runner. Okay. So typically, that is called your test runner component. So your test runner component is what important. Okay, so what is a test runner? Don't get confused. It's very easy. Very easy. Test runner is nothing but a kind of a framework which will help you to give you an option to write your test cases. Okay, example in Java. I know people hate this right now, but I'm still write something for you. Example, if I write one Java sample. Okay, so example, take this. Let's sample. I'm in Java. Okay. Okay, so if I got this example, if I put test, this is what your test runner is about. Okay, so now what I will do, public void test case 1. This is your test runner, right? And here you will write your code, system.out.println, whatever it is, or asset dot equals expected actual. This is your test runner. This is your test runner. This is your assertion. So in Java, this is both given by whom? This is both given by JUnit, isn't it? Okay. And Cucumber is a little bit advanced. Okay. Typically, in JavaScript, the same thing can be done. Okay. So what is in I think you can see that yes, Cucumber is definitely there. But no, sir, if I don't want to use Cucumber, yes, then that's fine. I will not stop you. You can still create a file, some sample test cases. Okay, and here what you can simply do is to run your test, there's something called describe. Okay, and here you write the name sample, then you need to do a function. Okay, and this is where you write your test. Okay, something like so. To assertions we use expect some expected to be equal to actual. Okay, however this is not required, it's not enough. Okay, so you need to write it also. Okay, so this is sample test suite, sample test case. Okay, the test case, how it will look like is like this. Okay, that's it. Okay, so see this now. Here you can see that this describe and it are nothing but this @test. Who is giving in Java that one? In Java, it is given by JUnit. In our JavaScript, that
Hi, Sriram.
Hello.
Hi, Sriram.
Hello, who is this?
Yeah, I'm
Can you
Gobi.
hear my voice?
This is
Hi,
Jagdish.
hi. Hi, this is Jagdish. Yeah,
Okay, fine,
I
fine.
can hear your voice.
Okay, fine, fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I think it's gone, right?
Yeah, again, it's gone. Yeah.
Okay, and how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Yeah.
And do you have any plan this weekend?
No, not yet. I mean, watching football tomorrow and today tennis.
Oh, cool, cool.
Yeah,
Yes, you have busy schedule, right?
yeah. Yeah. Is there anyone in the meeting? I think only we
Oh,
both.
that I lost my window also, that one.
Oh, oh, yeah, even me too. Yeah, I can't see anything now.
Yeah, exactly.
Syed, think Syed.
Yeah, I think he's in chat.
Oh, yeah, he's in chat. Yeah, right, right. Yeah. You're at home
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
I think probably next week I'll come and attend face to face.
Oh, sure, sure. Yeah, yeah. We'll meet here.
Yeah, the time a protector and WebDriver I was, definitely we need some clarifications.
Yeah, yeah. Right, right.
We'll meet
Yeah.
that. So yeah.
Sure, definitely, definitely.
Okay.
I'll give you a call. I think I have your number.
Okay, fine, fine. Yeah, yeah. I think you have a number, right? You have my
Yeah,
number.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Probably I'll ping you. Probably.
Okay, okay. So are you staying near East Ham or?
No, no. Besides Sriram's house.
Oh, right, right. Cool.
Yeah.
So Ilford, right?
Not Ilford. This is Barking.
Oh, Barking. Okay, okay, okay.
I am neighbor to Sriram.
Oh, right, right, right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Already told me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I forgot. No, I thought Stiram also staying in that Ilford. So
No,
that's
no, no. He live in Barking. He lives in
okay,
Barking.
fine.
I think Sriram is back. I guess.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's back.
Okay.
Sriram, are you speaking? We can't hear anything. We can see your screen.
Yeah, sorry, there was internet issues. Okay.
Okay, fine, fine, fine.
Yeah,
Good.
thank you.
So yeah, so ideally I'm talking about test runner here. So I'm saying that in Java you got test given when then, and in JavaScript in Cucumber.js point of view again we got given when and then. I think you know that they're like a test runners. However, in Jasmine you got describe and it. Okay, Jasmine is nothing but protractor which I'm talking about. Okay, so you got describe and you got it, which are important test runners here. So describe is nothing but describe is a test suite. Means it is like a, you can have multiple test suites. So example test suite name can be given as describe, but it should definitely have a test case. So every test suite can have multiple test cases like that. Every test suite will have multiple test cases, which is nothing but test case 1 and test case 2 here. Simple. Okay, like this. So it is your actually your annotation for your test runner. Okay, so that is what you got in the JavaScript. Okay, and coming to assertions, I'm just comparing. Okay, assertions point of view, in Java we use asset, isn't it? Asset equal asset true. Okay, like that we use. Here we use expects. So who is giving assertion here in Java? Assets are given by JUnit. But in our JavaScript, typically the lot of tools like Chai, okay, Chai and Jasmine again gives assertions. Okay, and in WebDriver IO point of view, it have inbuilt. WebDriver IO have a inbuilt. WebDriver will use Chai. Okay, so like that, every you got chai, jasmine, all this chai especially we use just chai. Even the jasmine is there, within the jasmine also chai will be used. So that is your assertions which is given by JavaScript. Okay. Apart from that, your UI navigation, which is your important tool which will interact with your application, like driver.findElement.click, all this kind of code that you normally see in your day-to-day life. Example, you got this .click, add category .click. So this is your, so where is add category? Who is giving this? Selenium is giving that. So Selenium is responsible. I'm not talking about Selenium, it is WebDriver. WebDriver is responsible of UI navigation in Java. In JavaScript, it now protractor will come into picture. Protractor and who? WebDriver IO. These are the responsible APIs which will go and interact with your elements in the browser. Okay, makes sense? Now, so I can table point of view, I need to insert new things. Okay, where is my insert table? Can you add more? Insert row below. Insert row below.
And for UI navigation for JavaScript, we have WebDriver.js as well, isn't it?
But we are not. That is nobody's using it, Aishwarya. That is very long back.
Okay.
That is there, but is protractor is built on top of WebDriver.js.
Okay.
Okay, so typically protractor, WebDriver, and Nightwatch. So Nightwatch is also will come into picture. Nightwatch and the few tools, Codecept and all these things. But right now, WebDriver.js is not used. Everybody is going to protractor.
Okay.
Angular. If it is non-Angular, it will go to WebDriver. Okay, like React and all these people go to WebDriver. Okay, cool. So now coming to after that, what else we will be looking after is your build. Okay, build tool. Okay, which will so you can say let us first do this dependency tool. So what is the dependency tool? Is nothing but a tool which will download the dependencies directly without any manual intervention. That is what we use Maven for. Okay, so we use Maven in Java for our downloading the dependencies. See JUnit, Selenium, you can see all these things, right? This is what your Java will supposed to do. So Java will use Maven for dependency management. However, in our JavaScript, we use NPM. NPM itself is a tool which will help to do a dynamic dependency. We use pom.xml in Java. In NPM, we use package.json. Okay. So how it works, it exactly works the same thing. Here you use dependencies and it will go and bring the dependencies from the internet. Okay, simply here you can see that we got a file called package.json, and that package.json have a simple list of dependencies which we need to download from internet. Maven will go to Maven repository on the internet and download. Here it will go to NPM repository. So we got something called a NPM repository. So what is that NPM repository? It's nothing but if you just go to npm.js.com. This is the web. This is a cloud-based server which got all the packages. Okay. So packages. Why you say packages? Nothing but jar file. In Java we say as a jar file, but in JavaScript we say as a package. Okay, so you got packages over npm. So I want to download protractor. Okay, protractor. Just type protractor. We got this protractor. Now protractor is a dependency or a kind of a package dependency which we need to download. Okay, so you can see that this is some basic notes given by the people. Okay, so okay, sir, can I download it? You don't need to download from your website, from your browser. That will be done by a small command which we will tell, which is using npm. Okay, the only thing that I would expect you to see is I want to expect you to see what is the version, that the latest version which they're using, and any kind of notes which is important. You can see that protractor is end-to-end framework for Angular applications. Okay, and the same question which Aishwarya asked, it is built on WebDriver.js. Okay, does that make sense, Aishwarya?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now, yes, and protractor is compatible with node.js 6.6 above. So typically, we all will be using which version of Node? We use 8. Okay, so we use right now we are using 8. We are using WebDriver 8 as our latest version. Okay, so we using npm 8. Okay, anyway, coming to this. So hope you understand the dependency point. Okay, other thing is executing. Okay, so runner or what you call compiler, which is again a tool which we need. What the compiler will do, it will take your whole project and compile and then start running it. Okay, so we need to have somebody to compile, okay, and run. So typically here you can use Maven. Okay, and in Java, here also we use npm to compile, to run. Okay, run the project. So we need to have some tool to run the project. Typically what we will do in IntelliJ, if you see this, what we will be using, we use JUnit typically to run the test. Okay, however, we can also use Maven to run our test. If you know or not, I don't know, but we can use Maven test command. Okay, we have a lot of commands in Maven. We can use Maven test to run our test. Okay, so we can use Maven to run the tests as well. So which is like a runner. So runner we can use JUnit or we can use Maven in Java, but in our JavaScript, it's very tricky. It's very tricky. Okay, in JavaScript, to run the program, what we will do, we will not use npm, but we will use the tool itself to run it. Means in this case, we use protractor itself to run the program. Okay, we use protractor itself to run the program. Or if it is WebDriver, we use WebDriver itself to run the program. I think your question is, sir, can explain it more? Yes, sure. So, example, I'm in WebDriver project. I want to use npm test to run the project. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so npm run test, npm test, you don't understand anything. Okay, so now how I run it, what I do is I use WebDriver itself. It's a command. So even though WebDriver is a kind of library, but see, WebDriver IO is not WebDriver IO, it is WDIO. Okay, just for your shortcut purpose. So we use WebDriver IO, WDIO itself as a command which will run the test for you. Okay, you can see that now WDIO I put, it automatically go and it runs the program. Okay, so this is some other compilation problems, but okay, and yeah, there's some other things, but typically we use WDIO command itself. Okay, means the tool itself will go and execute the test. Why it is happening? Because JavaScript is different, guys. I'm telling, JavaScript is not like Java. In Java, is there any command line called WebDriver IO? oh sorry, WebDriver or Selenium. No. In Java, we use JUnit or Maven to run the command line, Maven test, or JUnit to run it will run the test. But to run in your JavaScript, we cannot use npm itself. npm is not a runner, it's a build. So we have to use the tool itself like a protractor. So in your case, you have to use protractor as your example. If you open protractor here, example, I got protractor. Okay. So example, I got a project where I have to run some protractor tests. So what I will do, I'll go to terminal. Okay, and I will write protractor. That's it. So it is asking protractor. After that, I go to protractor and then I execute. So it is asking for a property file. Okay, give me 1 second. I had to open the wrong project. Let me open some old protractor project. Cucumber, night, watch, protractor, full stack. Okay, because protractor needs that small configuration file, which I will tell in a minute. Okay, but let me show you how to run. Okay. Yes. I use protractor. See, now I can use protractor word itself is a tool. So it is missing of npm, but protractor itself is a command to run a test. Okay, so like that, the tool itself will give a command line utility, or it itself will run by itself. Okay. The final thing is configuration. What configuration that? How do the configuration will be given in Java? The whole configuration nothing but what browser it is, and what tags are run, and what is the Selenium Source Labs server. All these configurations, okay, will not be given in Java. The only thing is you can only give Cucumber options. Remaining all are hard coded. Yes or no? You need to write in the code to get what browser you want to run. Okay. So that is the biggest problem in Java, where you don't have a configuration. Everything you have to do by yourself using hard coding value. Okay. Hard coding is a good stuff or bad stuff? Yeah, it's a bad. So hard coding is a bad thing. So that's the reason why here in JavaScript, now tool itself will give a configuration file. So tool itself will give a configuration file. Okay, means for protractor, we have to have a file called protractor.conf.js. There will be one file. Okay. We have to external configurations are external, not internal. They're given externally. So there's a dedicated file for you, and that file only will help you to put all the information over there. Okay, and then what you can do, you can pass that as a parameter. In your runner command. Means, what does that means? That means that, example, if it's a protractor, you use protractor, and then we use protractor conf. node.js. So this is your command line. Okay, so not capital P, small p. See how beautiful it look like. So you are saying that please run a protractor command, but all my configurations are there in a file. Okay, what is that file? That file is nothing but your configuration file. So what will be there in configuration file, which we will discuss later. Don't worry. Okay, but your configuration file will typically have everything that you want to have, like a browser, reports, and your source labs connection, and your tags, whatever the data that is required for you to complete a test will be there. Okay, makes sense? Okay, so that is the advantage of using JavaScript, where it can have a configuration file. Okay, so how does this all help you in your job interview purpose? Means in interview point of view, typically people will ask you, okay, Gopi, tell me how do you run your tests in protractor?
Yeah, to use that protractor command in our terminal.
Yeah, we use protractor command,
Yeah.
configurations, and
.js.
yeah, and we use Jasmine behind the screens to
Run the test framework. Yeah, it's a test framework to use to run the test case and all.
Yeah, so it is a test framework which got described on it as our commands, and within that and the assertions point of view, we use Jasmine. So
Yeah.
we use command like expect equal to, expect not equal to, expect is true, expect not true, all these kind of commands.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that really will help. Okay, and
Good.
compared to, I think you people already know Java and Cucumber. So this table will help you to understand the differences. Okay, so how the things works in JavaScript. Okay, makes sense, guys?
Yeah. Maven also we are using that mvn command, right? Mvn test and then test case file, right?
Yeah.
In Maven. Yeah, mvn test, right?
Yeah, Maven test.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then use the file name.
No, we don't use. Automatically will take.
Yeah,
the
yes,
out
exactly, right, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys. Anything else? Then let me go. Shall we go to the basics of JavaScript?
Yes.
Okay, maybe just go through that, guys. I'm telling again, go through this, very important, because if somebody asks you difference between Java and JavaScript, or all these kind of things, you can have an overview. Just look into that. I'll give you 1 minute, and then I'll start JavaScript basics. Okay.
Sriram, how about the reports?
Good point, actually. Very good point. Reports. Reports. So, okay. So, my point of view, there is nothing like a tool by itself for any language. The tools, the reports are given based on the framework that you are using. So we can, if you use JUnit, we'll get a JUnit XML reports. Typically, JUnit will give you basic XML reports. And if you're using Cucumber will give you HTML reports. Okay. And if you want, we can put some JSON reports and Pretty reports from Cucumber, which will provide you. Only Cucumber will do this. Okay, so Cucumber will give you HTML, JSON, and Pretty reports. And coming to JavaScript, it's a bit tricky here. Why it is tricky is, depending upon tool that we are using, we have to see the support for the tool. Okay, so ideally, again, protractor will also have, it will generate HTML reports, and Cucumber, see here, WebDriver IO will not use any reports, but Cucumber itself will use HTML reports. However, there is one tool called Allure reports, which is an external third-party mechanism tool, which will consume consume an XML file, which is generated by protractor. Okay, so Allure reports is something which typically are, which we can use in JavaScript, which will consume the XML file which is given by the tool itself. Okay, so that is the reporting. So that are the list of reports that HTML JavaScript reports will provide. However, I'm telling it is not that there's no one word answer for that. What are the tools? Depending upon what tool you want. In Cucumber, we have an option in Cucumber Java, but here the tool will give you. We will also give you some options, but additionally we can use Allure reports, which you can see. Can you see this? Guys, can you see this screenshot? This is the Allure reports, Allure, okay. Database, so Ramu, database point of view, there's no difference. In Java, we have to use JDBC. In JavaScript, we have to use some third-party NPM libraries, which will help you to connect to database, that's it. So it is again open source, and this all portable kind of tools. So in JavaScript you use JDBC, but in Java, so Java use JDBC, JavaScript you use some utilities. Even for API testing, connected to APIs, connected to Excel sheets, all file utilities, everything is there in JavaScript also. Only thing is go to NPM and search what are the libraries which is important. Okay, database. Maybe something will come up. Yeah. Okay, I think MyDB is the best one, I think, from my point of view. This is very good. Okay, so you can, this will help you to, kind of connect your database. But I'm telling again that there are a lot of tools to do that, the same stuff. Just like Java, JDBC, and all these things. Okay, so again, you need to go to the bit of library of that. Okay, so example, you want to explore about this database, NPM database. You need to go to the APIs and search database NPM, JSON database, SQL database. There may be a lot of tools. Anyway, you are using NPM as your base. You're not using JavaScript, right? JavaScript doesn't do anything, but NPM can do a lot of things for you. Okay, so it depends upon your requirement. Okay, makes sense. Cool. Yes, so this is the high level picture, but now let us get rid of all these things. Let us start with the basics. Okay, so I'm assuming that you all got a WebStorm installed. Okay, so yeah, you can do that. You can configure Allure to CI Jenkins. It's all compatible. We can do that, Syed. Okay, cool. Now, coming to the basics. So basics point of view, let us go back. Basics are very important. Okay, so what basics we are talking about is JavaScript. Okay, so guys, I'm telling again, I don't really want to talk about JavaScript as such. We are now talking about node.js. Okay, because node.js is like a Java, which will give a platform for you to run the tests or run the programming. So we are not really too much worried about JavaScript itself, but we are worried about Node. So the first thing that I will expect you to have is you have to open a terminal. Okay, and simply you have to type a node. Okay, then it should not show, it should not throw a message. Okay. No, sir, I don't understand. Do this command node v. Okay, if you put node v, then you should not see any problem. So as I said, we need to install node. Without node, nothing can happen. Okay, so hope you got Node installed in your machine. Okay, so we got Node. So Node should be there in your machine. If it is Windows, make sure that in the path you should have Node. Okay, should have your Node directory, because in Node directory only you have that. So you need to put that in the path. Install Node and put that in the path. Okay, and it is in Mac it is not required, because Mac itself by default it have Node, I think. Otherwise it will install directly. Don't worry. Okay, cool. So the next thing, let's write a hello world program. Shall we? Okay. So again, I'm telling guys, JavaScript is super simple. You don't need to do anything. You can simply you can create a new and a typical text file also. Okay. So let me take a text edit. Okay. So what I will do is I'm opening a text edit file. Okay. So what I will do is simply I use console.log is a default some command. Hello world. See, I'm not using anything. Okay. Now I can save that as. So how I will save that? I will save in the desktop. Okay. I will not save as a rich document. Okay. So I need to have an extension. So that's the reason why I need to open. Maybe I use Sublime. Okay. But again, this will add some confusion. I mean, I think hopefully you should have WebStorm, guys. I'm telling you, I don't want to really waste your time. So let us. So you have WebStorm equivalent. I have PHP Storm. Okay, both are almost equal. So what I will do is I will simply create a small file, a plain JavaScript file, and then run the program for you.